wrapped around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness, my old friend, you won't get me till the end. At the end. Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness, your and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's starfire. It's starfire. On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's starfire. It's starfire.
The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow. I'm reaching out, but all I feel is hollow. I wanna make you work, but all I do is make you worse. The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow. Don't you wanna come on over? Don't you wanna work it out? Don't you wanna love me better, love me now? Don't you wanna fix our problems? Baby, I can show you how. Don't you wanna love me better, love me now? You used to stop this world from spinning. Like Superman, you were the only one to find the strength in all that I was dealing with. This life like kryptonite. And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. Oh, 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 and when I fall to be, will you be there when I wait to save me? A superhero in your sleep. A superhero in your sleep. You called my soul when I was falling. You moved the clouds to stop me from hitting the ground. In every goal there was a meaning. For this love ain't kryptonite. And if you keep me close, every minute in this hourglass you hold. Oh, 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 and when I fall to be, will you be there when I wait to save me? A superhero in your sleep. A superhero in your sleep. Oh, oh, and when I fall to be, will you be there when I wait to save me? Can you feel it wrapped around your soul with no control? You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I'll run, I'll hide. Darkness always clouds my mind. When I look behind, it's moving closer every time.
wrapped around your soul with no control. You can't breathe when you're drowning underwater. There's so much water. I can't pretend that I have a strong defense. Darkness on your souls began to intertwine. Your heart of gold, so pure, divine. And I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's starfire. It's starfire. On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold, so pure, divine. And I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's starfire. It's starfire.
Smoke exists, he doubles up, can he get the triple?
everybody, and welcome back to the Legion Africa Cup brought to you by Legion by Lenovo. My name is Arshi, and I am going to be hosting this tournament. I'm here with two very talented analysts. We have Sami, aka Flip, and we have Hamed, aka Chiquito. And before we get to them, let me remind you guys about the $50 that you do not want to miss to be added to your Steam wallet. All you have to do is go on gaming.lenovo.com. You can either post a clip from the broadcast or you can go and vote for your favorite team. And while you're there, make sure you browse around for some other offers. All right, analysts, how are we doing today?
Doing great.
Doing perfect.
What about you?
Of course, I'm amazing.
Did you guys sleep
Excited.
well?
Very excited.
Okay, so we had a lot of interesting games yesterday. We had Regicide Gaming coming out with the win, ATK Academy, and we also had the Rabbits, the White Rabbits, which really impressed us with their fast-paced games. Is there just a quick recap that you can give us from yesterday?
Quick recap. All three games were one-sided. We have noticed that yesterday. We haven't seen any close game affair in those three matchups. However, it shows how ready they are for the playoffs. It shows how really mentally prepared to actually battle it out and reach the grand final. A quick recap on the gameplay. Basically, as I said, they're all patient. They like to actually show us the more tactical side of their gameplay, except White Rabbit, which showed us a really fast game. They love to play really fast and aggressive. It reminded me of the Arab region. The thing I loved about is Regicide Gaming. Regicide played a little bit more unexpected than they were in the qualifying side. They showed us they actually take the time more than what they did in the qualifying stage. So it's really interesting to see them qualify more in the semi-final. To see them in a best of three, that's what I really want.
Definitely, we can't wait till we get into that stage where we get to see the best of threes. And Chiquito, I'm going to have to point out that yesterday you weren't doing so great with the predictions. Do you think your luck will change today?
Of course, my luck will change. But look, I'm gonna be stable with my choice if it doesn't choose them as me. Okay, you have to choose different because you made me change from White Rabbits to Terra. Come on. Okay.
So you ask me first, and
All
I will
right.
make a
Why you
prediction.
first?
And then you ask him second. So we know his prediction.
Okay.
No excuses.
All right, so no excuses this
Yeah, no
time. You have
no
to go
excuses.
3 for 3.
Yeah, 3-4-3.
3 for 3. So that we're super excited to actually get some correct predictions from Chiquito this time. But tell me, guys, how excited are you to see representation for this part of the world? Something that we don't really see that often in esports, not just in CSGO, but overall in the esports scene. Do you think that this means a lot to the players, to the teams that usually don't get this kind of exposure?
Well, to be honest, in the African region, like rarely that you find tournaments that's happening in the South Africa, especially because to be honest, I'm super excited because I've seen the name Bravado. They used to be in the top. They qualified once and they played in the Middle East over here against Dark Passengers and other teams. And to be honest, I'm excited to see them and how they will perform because the shadow they were staying under the shadow and there was less tournaments happening in South Africa. But I think they're preparing themselves to show to the world that they're worthy to be in the scene and to join the tournaments and they want to be one of the best international teams.
Definitely, and we're so grateful to Legion by Lenovo for providing this platform, for providing this tournament, for them to showcase their skills and to hopefully put them on the map. And with that, let us go to the tournament schedule. The qualifier schedule is already done for Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, as well as South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria for day 1, 2, and 3. After that, we will proceed to the playoffs schedule, which we will be seeing as of now. And for Egypt, Morocco, Tunisia, they have already continued it. They've already completed it. So we have already completed day 1 for South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria. We still have day 2 and 3 for the 11th of January and the 12th of January. And after that, we do have our finals schedule, which will be consisting of the quarterfinals, semifinals, and the finals. For Egypt, Morocco, and Tunisia, it was on the 4th, 5th, and 6th of January, while for South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria, it will be on the 17th, 18th, and 19th of January. And for the grand finals, this is when any region can be competing. We still have no idea. We still don't know who could be in the grand finals, which will be taking place on the 20th of January. And to note, we will be having both English and Arabic broadcasts for this finals. You just have to go over to the description box below and you can alternate between the two languages. All right, so what do we think about the schedule so far? Seeing the teams that we're not in the qualifier stage anymore. Now we are familiar with the teams. We know which teams have the upper hand. Do you think like the right teams got chosen to go through?
Right now, I think it's all scrambled. There is no team that has the upper leverage or we have an easy ride. It's scrambled, it's random, as almost every tournament out there. I don't think there is a seeding used here in this tournament due to a lot of teams, a lot of interesting skills here. So there is no need to use seeding system. So let's say the best two teams in the tournament get the first and the second. So I think it's a fair system right now. Everyone to battle each out. You see, right now we're talking about a huge tournament with a lot of really insane individual and teamwork style teams. So right now we're not gonna talk about who has the leverage, but we're gonna talk about who have the skill to reach the final. It's gonna be a roller coaster ride, as we used to say in the qualifying stage. We don't know who's gonna win. You can see Bravado, a name which has been in the CS scene for a long time. Ask Chiquito talk about them, but will they actually have the easy ride to the finals? I don't think so. There is a lot. You have Nabi, and you have Regicide. You have the teams that qualified yesterday, White Rabbit Gaming. So right now, it's very hard to actually decide who's gonna reach the final and try to play against Nasser.
In Bravado, I believe were the very first game, if I'm not mistaken, from
Yeah.
the tournament that we witnessed, and they impressed us a lot. We did not expect for this region to be showcasing so much of their skills so early on, so we were very, very impressed with Bravado. And speaking of Bravado, they could be the ones taking away this giant prize pool that I'm going to actually let Chiquito take this one. So why don't you tell me first, second, and place?
For the lucky winner for the first place is gonna win $12,000, and the second place is gonna earn $5,000, and the third one is gonna be $3,000, which is a total prize pool of $20,000. And I think it's a good amount of money for them to invest in themselves and invest in their team.
Exactly. So, seeing that prize pool there, it's definitely going to be something that the players are going to be striving for, and they're going to be working their best and showing us the best CS that they can be showing us. Let us get reminded about the teams that are going to be playing against each other. Just to remind you guys about yesterday, we had ATK Academy versus Nibble Hayes. ATK Academy taking that win. And next game, we had Regicide Gaming versus Illicit Esports, with Regicide coming out on top. And our last game for yesterday, we had White Rabbit Gaming versus Terra Esports. The Rabbits, the faster paced team, won. And after that, we have Royalty versus Nabi, which is for today. We are super excited to be seeing Nabi play the very talked about match. And we actually, unfortunately, have a forfeit team. I hate to say it, but Mayo Addicts, my personal favorite,
Oh, your
they
favorite
have
team.
they have forfeited. So unfortunately, the point automatically goes to the opposing team. That is just sad to hear, especially at a point that we've reached so far into the tournament. We did have some forfeits going on during the playoff
Yep.
during the qualifiers. However, being so progressive into the game, it seems a bit sad, a bit lacking. Why do you think that they forfeited?
You cannot know what's the reason. It might be a personal reason, unforeseen circumstances. Uh, Maybe he had to rush to the hospital. You never know. Anything can happen. I feel sad for them. I mean, I feel sad for not playing the playoff. But if there is any reason to that, I wish them the best. I wish them good luck in their CS:GO future career. However, let's talk about two really good that are playing today. One of them is Nabi, and the second team is Goliath Gaming. Goliath is a really old team, and they are strong in the scene. You have Nabi. Really excited to see these two matchups today. Really excited.
Well, I know that you guys want to see something new. You want to see things that we haven't seen before. But unfortunately, when it comes to the map, we're going to see a map that has been picked quite a lot. Which map do you think that is?
Mirage.
Fair.
It is
Maybe.
indeed Inferno. I'm sorry, Shakito, you're wrong again on
No,
this
no,
one.
I wanted to be wrong so I can give him the chance to be right.
Oh, it was intentionally
Yeah, yeah.
wrong. Okay, okay. No worries, no worries. So, what do you think about Inferno? Do you think that we're just exhausting this map? What's going on?
I don't know, to be honest. Not exhausting this map. Maybe they're both comfortable playing it. So I wouldn't blame them. But I want to see a change. I would like to see a really, see this scene has surprised us a lot. And they have really good teamwork and communication skills. So I want to see them in the hard maps like New, Overpass, Ancient, Vertigo. I would like to see them in these maps where they actually really need to have a lot of communication. These maps require not only communication but team skills to actually play together. Because here in these maps, what will win you rounds is actually how well these teams adapt to each other and adapt against each other. So it's sad not to see these kind of maps playable and such an amazing scene like South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria. Uh, I have nothing to see but skills. Like team skills is what they're really good for. They play around the map. They play CS like they studied it. Really, that's what I really love about it.
And I know that Nabi has been a favorite here at the analyst's desk. So we're expecting big things out of Nabi, but not to diminish Royalty's skills, because Royalty has also shown that they are worthy of being in this competition. Do you have any predictions for now,
I would go with Nabi.
Nabi?
Yeah.
So does that mean you're going to be going against Nabi?
No, Royalty will lose.
Royalty will lose.
Yeah,
Are you
16-8.
just trying to bamboozle me by using different words, but you're still agreeing with him?
No, because no. I think look, it's gonna be a close match because I haven't seen the games of Royalty and Nabi. Because as what I've heard from Sam, who was complimenting about the skills play of Nabi when we were just sitting with each other, and he was saying they have really good skills, and he admired the way they played, and they got like nice chemistry and synergy while they are playing together. They're like, it's like bunch of friends are playing with each other. They understand each other since long time. So I feel like since they complimented them a lot, and I believe because Sam is an old gamer since long time, he has lots of experience and he knows a good team when he sees them, and I believe that he's right about it.
Definitely. Well, do you think that teams like Nabi and Royalty are not going to make the rookie mistakes that we've talked about countlessly about Inferno in regards to banana control and in regards to how important opping is? Do you think
Right
we're going to
now-
see these kind of mistakes from these teams?
No. I don't really expect to see any rookie mistakes from Nabi because what they showed us in Mirage was actually really good CS. When Adam was here, what did we talk about? We were talking about how well they take zones when they have their mid taken away from them. What they do, what they react with. They react super amazing. This game is all about zone controls. In certain situations, mostly you have zone controls, like let's say A ramp in Mirage, mid area. If mid area is being taken from you, you have to take A ramp control. So you know that nobody can actually backstab you. Like you have to relieve yourself from the pressure that you're gonna get from A palace, A ramp, a jungle area. So what Nabi did was actually show us that we can react. They have good awareness. Inferno is a map that really requires high tier awareness to retake these zones from them. Like, let's say they're playing in Inferno, Banana is being taken away from them as CT. They go and take mid. So they are able to actually focus a lot of firepower in areas where they don't have manpower. So they do that, and which is good. This is how a team should play. They should really focus on that. And Nabi has showed us. So I don't think it's gonna be a hard task for Nabi to win this. But I'm not gonna go with the prediction like as one-sided affair. I would go like 16-7.
All right.
16-8.
All right. Well, hopefully Nabi and Royalty will not be making any of the rookie mistakes that we expected from the qualifier stage. And we are going to pass it over to our casters to commentate on this game. So good luck, lighters.
Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is me, Lighters. Goals will be joining me shortly, so don't stress about that. It is Nabi up against Royalty Esports. Royalty recently picked up a new CSGO roster. I need to see the names before I can make a call, to be very honest. And looking at Nabi, very puggy, fast-paced, on a map like Inferno, anything can happen. But it will be Nabi on the CT side, the preferred side, the strongest side. So it'll be up to them to put up the defense, and I'm not too sure that's going to work. So you have to wait and see how play unfolds. So just a reminder, this is a single elimination tournament. So if you lose, you're out. You go home. You become a spectator, just like the rest of us. And yeah, get to enjoy some lovely Counter Strike. And yeah, it's a brilliant initiative with the Legion African Cup. It's brilliant. You get to collaborate the North and South of Africa, and just to see who really is the best. It's never really been up to the ideas. So you know who. Mostly we think the South Africans are, because I'm biased in that sense. But you know, we got NASA, so we get to see what the best of South Africa has to offer, or the best of Southern Africa has to offer against the best of North Africa. Of course, that'll come later on in the final stages of this tournament, and get to crown the champion of Africa, which we've never got to see before, and it's brilliant to see. But it all starts somewhere. It started at the qualifiers, it progressed up until the playoffs at single elimination. It's a best of one, mind you, so just bear that in mind at the back of your heads. But we're going to jump straight into the action. We got Nabi on the CT side, Royalty on the T side. Let's get cracking. So we got Chappies on. This is actually a strong roster. I'm going to go for Royalty winning this matchup, just by the way. So you got my prediction nice and early there. We got 2 smokes and 2 flashes, 2 on Ruben. So he's the util man, and they're going to be just taking it slow. Banana has been contested. So Nabi need to really hold on strong or forfeit their position. And they've opted for the latter. That's thing we got a lurk walking up middle in the form of Glitch. Chappie gets taken out, and yeah, individual plays without trades. It's gonna hurt long term. So perhaps he just wanted to get that information, but it is 3 players on Nabi on the CT start stacked there. In fact, there's a slow rotation or a cheap rotation. The utility gets dispelled, the Molotov there. He meant to jump throw that, so the family still needs to get cleaned out. She's going to move into the side, instant headshot, and he's cleaned out the side pack too. He gets a double through the smoke. He might as well enter the lotto right now. Bombs down. It's at 4 versus 3. They had the advantage, Nabi. They've lost it, so it's going to be a dogfight moving into the site. And I like this boost by Family and Shit. That's a third from the round. A brilliant boost. Zoran and everyone chips into the party. Royalty, a brilliant start by them. And it looked good. It looked good. Besides Chappie falling, they had the utility, and besides that Molotov that fell for Family. It was the entry frag for me. Shia really digging him out that mud. Right, so a forced by a response from Nabi. 3 flashes, 2 smokes. I would have preferred they got more smokes, to be honest, just to be able to slow down the game a bit more and try to catch Royalty sleeping. But as you can see, they're already taking top. Banana and Zohan's. He's not going to stop. He's got a pies, and he's got about 50 bullets. 64 actually, so might as well just stop holding mouse one down now. It's a easy entrance into the site, no congestion yet for Zohan, so yeah, easy to like. And the sad part about that all is that Nabi really invested into that round, so didn't receive much reward from it. And Chappie, oh no, not with the shotgun, Chappie. Don't do him dirty like that. At least he dies with honor from a galley. It's the second round on the board. Royalty, a decent start, and like I mentioned, it is a best of 1, so these starts are a real confidence booster to hold into the lead. It's just the cherry on top from now, but full eco from Nabi. No, not like this. Foder, not like this. At least it's just an eco round. Let's just be happy about that. And I doubt this round will go any different than the first 2. It's a full eco, so Royalty should be picking this up. Sure. Easy cleanup. It's an easy cleanup.
Hey, what's happening, Toolsy?
It's the third round. Ashton
Toolsy, what's
has arrived.
happening?
Gold Miller, how you doing?
Ah, good news, man. Defeated by the South African traffic, unfortunately, but I am here. And it is the boys, Nabi, against Royalty Esports here. This is the team that Des been speaking about, and it seems they're 3-0 down. What were the predictions, Tools? Fill me in here.
They're all voting Nabi with goals. I knew better. I just knew better than Royalty would take this. I went for Royalty, yeah. I just had to.
Digits?
I didn't call the digits. I'm going to go for maybe a 16-8. That's the digit. Your call? Yeah? Any guesses?
I'm going to go 16. I'm going to go 16-8 with you, my friend. We're in this together.
Yes. Bounded by fate we are. It is a full purchase from Nabi. AWP purchased up on Beachy. Let's call him Beaky. Yeah, we're going to go with Beaky. A lot of damage taken though for Nabi, so they have to just try to find an opener soon. They're running out of util to slow down Royalty in their pursuit towards this B side. Some good utility usage, and that's the entry. They're going to move in. Glitch has already picked up the player. He's going to trade up Beaky, and Sheer does one better. And that's the site with the man advantage.
Yeah, beautiful execute coming there from Royalty Esports. Just really clinical stuff. Just isolating both players on that B bomb site, and spacing and trading is perfect. And if there's one thing that you can live by on the T side is certainly that spacing and trading. And right now, it is looking like a 2v2 situation. Suddenly things are close, but Nabi are running out of time here. They don't have much to work with. Surely they need to either make a decision, they need to get out, or... Oh, dirty stuff.
Oh, the second one was this though. I thought the first and the second. But it is what it is. 4-0 Royalty are up. And they're happy about this. This is the CT side of Naps and Navi. They need to respond sooner or later before it gets to that 6-0 mark. Before it's too late. Better late than never though. They'll get the second half, but they need to put up some runs on the board to have a decent attempt and more chances on the second half. But it's on with an AWP picking up middle. They have to find a kill. Sure. It's quite an experienced roster, Gold, mind you. Chappie, Sheer, Glitch, Ruben, they have been playing this game for quite a bit now. I'd say plus minus 3 years, more plus. I think Zoe's the newcomer on this side. I know Ruben a bit. Glitch as well has been around, so you can see the more well-known names in the South African scene. And so from that point on as well, I got my prediction. It's just Nabi had an impressive qualifier up until this point, so they're going to need to show us a bit more competitive matchup, I'd say.
Yeah, absolutely. But right now, Royalty on absolute fire. 5-0 now. It's much of what we saw yesterday. We saw a very strong performance. You know, on the T side, we of course know Royalty Esports has got some serious players. I believe what this is. I mean, Ruben and the boys. This is like old XD. I mean, Chappie's X and 5. Yeah, certainly
They're like
roster with a lot of
3 X
names.
and 5 players, yeah.
Yeah.
But 100%, I mean, yeah. A tough task for Nabi. It's going to be an uphill climb, I'd say. Contention is
That's a wild little
consistent.
peak.
Yeah. I love the Kobe's though towards Banana too. It is 1-for-1. But the advantage I'd say is on the side of Royalty, looking at the map control that they have. Top Banana, they have bracket control, they can pretty much toy with their opponents for now, and just it's up to Nabi to respond well and just get that information to lean to one side instead of splitting their numbers up and forcing that man disadvantage when they're rolling. But it's Flame Rig. He's taking a bit of contention here. He fits with an A1 and he's doing quite well. He picks his kill and he stays alive long enough for the rotation, and it's Glitch to take him out. And one player has rotated into the side, but yeah, it's on with the AWP. I look good for a certain point.
Man. Yeah, I mean, I was just about to say, like, they played them like a fiddle here. They honestly sold that B fake for $1 million. You could just see that the B players were, like, still rotating, changing positions, just trying to set up and wait for that B execute to come in. There was just not a single Royalty player there. They just throw that smoke towards that CT side, and it's pretty much easy pickings from there. The player ditched it pretty well, but only able to pick up one, not enough, and Royalty just smoothly walk their way towards that 6th round. And yeah, things going as expected here for the side of Royalty.
Flamer Perfects. Electronics.
I love it when you pronounce Afrikaans names, but it really resonates. It resonates in my heart.
Yeah, and
And it is a Bicky. It is a Bicky, by the way.
Bicky, got it. I should always trust my instincts with these names, but we got another buy round on our hands. Not too much util on Navi, but they got the riflery. Just one MP9, so you have to just play that nice and close quarter combat. And Royalty, if they just keep rinsing and repeating what they're doing, I mean, why change what's working, I'd say? They're taking brackets control with the quickness. Electronics gets the trade, and he's dancing around the pillar that ain't one coming into fruition. So I'm just trying to get the trade back, but that side angle, that's where you hard to hit those shots. You've got to be a savant, but the B side has been cracked wide open, and he just slips away. And the seams between the wickets, they would say. Bomb should go down shortly, and they should be setting themselves up with the good post plant to proceed forward. But players retaking from Banana, from Nabi.
Yeah, we got Flamerich and the Electronics. They are Molly, smoke and a flash here. No, sorry, 2 mollies and smoke. And they're not going to throw much. Oh, there we go. There comes the util. They smoke off CT to open the shot. This is their chance. Nabi can take this round here, perhaps get back in this game. No, they're getting delayed. The T's are playing this to perfection. They're making themselves tuck in real deep. Ruben playing the CT spot towards perfection. They double up as well. The AWP lands his shot, and it is on. But no, Electronics is forced to run for the hills, and he's going to have to get out here. He's going to be able to rid T obviously going, no, he's going to get killed. No!
Stats in the face. In the face. That sucks.
Disaster.
That's deflating.
Disaster there.
Problem is, they haven't been able to get a strong CT buy going. We saw the previous round is a bit broken with the MP9 and the FAMAS. Once again, it's going to be the same case. Half the players have invested into rifleries, but there's 2 with inferior weaponry. So they're constantly battling against themselves, but not just managing their own economy. So just gonna have to really trust their skills. Good pop flash from Ian Foda, and it works out brilliant. Flavor.
Did he just jump across that whole thing? You didn't see him. Another player, no, but he gets spotted. That was incredible. That guy literally played that smoke to perfection.
What kind of smoke was that? It was a gap between the toes. Like what? Knee height smoke and above.
It was certainly a
Molly,
I think a Molly-esque smoke, if you will.
All right. Man advantage once again for Nabi. Let's hope they're able to capitalize and compound on this. Try string some runs together of their own. A good time here. Smoke is gonna slow down the push further. In fact, they gamble behind that smoke. I won't understand that. That's an important smoke they could have used, but that's a 2-man advantage. It's Flamerich and Naps picking up the kill, and they're gonna move on to this B site. And this is some crazy util usage I'm seeing here. Unbeknown to me, I'd
Love
say.
to see it.
Yeah, that potentially could have lost them the round, that util usage, I'd say. I mean, if you just throw the molly where it's supposed to be thrown, you slow them down further, rotation comes back, you still retain the man advantage. But regardless, it's going to be a 4 versus 3 retake on this B side. A molly and an AWP and so on. So that might be pivotal. And there we go. That's a timiest molly. That's going to force them to press forward and give away sound cues and shit. Just pivots left and right and just the assistance of a player in dark, and it's cleaned up. Yeah, just better util usage, you win that round, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
The problem is he locked himself in high ground, which was like, they can hear the position of the util thrown if I just do it the right way. But regardless, you threw it. So which other frame of mind you were in? I think, yeah. Anyway, Royalty have won the half, 8 rounds on the board to the egg of Navi.
Yep, that big egg, and what a surprise here. A lot of hype around Navi and what they were going to be able to do here, and Royalty crushing those hopes, crushing those dreams. Now, some really, you can look how passive the CTs are playing tools, just 3-2 split, Alt DC holds if you like. Obviously, only the Eagles here in the hands of the CTs, but that's a weird smoke here.
Right,
Another little pop
he's gonna
burst
pop
comes
the
in.
boys in with the... He's just getting swarmed. The utility usage is just too good, and the Deagles are getting delivered. Bleaky's got some nice Deeg headshots, and I'm not too sure if that's it enough. If Ian Furter can get a pick here, or the retake starts to continue, could work out, but no, be locked out with the utility, and they've assumed some good positions here, almost getting caught sleeping over there. You don't want to snooze on the job. This is going to be a flash for Sheer to press through, and it's Chappie, Zoran. Gets in further towards backstage, and yeah, just like the most of their teammates are gonna just start falling down. But okay, all right, Ian Furter or Flamerich, good eco damage, I guess, and you could get away with the gun, a good AK. Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Zon wants nothing from that.
Yeah, that's certainly a win there for the side of Nabi. I mean, they got pretty much the most damage done, or some of the most damage done, but it really doesn't matter at this point. Royalty got so much money in the bank tools, they can just buy and buy and buy and buy. But again, that was just a Deagle round, not much in it. Now is the real buy round. We've got full rifles. We've seen an AWP up yet on Nabi. They've just not been effective. We did. We saw the player towards Coffins actually have that AWP, but it is Bicky that is wielding that orb now. Taking that again towards that B side. We see a standard. Oh, and it's the first frag goes the way of Royalty once again, and now they're going to start putting that pressure towards middle. They just instantly get rid of the smoke. The flash is really good. Inferno has no chance whatsoever. Chappie aggressively peeks towards that second mid area, but it is glitched. That is just going absolutely nutty and insane. That was some dirty AK-47 shots. Thank you to the cameraman for picking those up for us. And it is Zom that finds the last player in Perfexi. He's able to collect the orb. I'll personally be surprised if they let him keep it. And he's got a tough task ahead of him if he wants to do so.
Yeah, nothing really going right for Navi. They've tried everything. They've picked up the AWP. Perhaps they need to pick up a dual AWP. That could be a solution. They just need about 4 to 5 rounds. Even, I think 4 could work out quite nicely if they got a strong T side and have done some prep that way, but none of their setups are working, utility is not landing the right way, and none of the kills are going their way either. Glitch is getting multi-kills left, right, and center, and we can see Sheer sitting on 19 frags, so he's pretty much the top fragger at the moment. No one really close matching on the side of Naburiel, so none of their star players are stepping up and shining to counter the likes of Royalty, so we haven't seen attack boys either, so I think that could be an option to head towards, just to create some solutions from these trials and tribulations they're going through right now. Because it's just one after the other, 10 rounds in a row.
Yeah, this is a real clinical performance coming out of Royalty Esports. You would expect that they are the favorites to win this for sure. And look, I mean, even 10-0 up, what I respect about them is this, they're still taking their time. They're not making stupid mistakes. They're not just getting overzealous and pushing stupidly, but now they are looking to set up for a pop towards middle. Player goes down towards Apps, and this is probably the best position that Nabi have been in quite some time now. It's a beautiful peek there, and Vodach does the job, gets it done. 2 quick frags for him. Glitch moves towards that Apps area, gets killed as well. Do you see that LWP bring some sort of impact, but is it too little too late? We do see Nabi here on the way to win their first, getting away from that egg tool.
Yeah. Save the world, save the egg. That's what we need to be doing now, Zone. He's got enough money to go for some shenanigans here and there. 10k in the bank. The rest of his teammates are quite wealthy as well. Not Forbes just yet, but it's enough to keep them going for the next couple of rounds. 30 seconds left to play with them. We need to find these one-on-one engagements, and Flamer, good off angle to work with, and that's the first round for Navi and the board. So they could start from here. They need to start training them together, stringing them along, get that bank up, get their confidence up, and ultimately they get their round count up.
Yeah, and And this is a round to win now, though. This is getting that consistency, getting that consecutive win on the board, get a little bit of confidence going into camp. And right now, a lot of pressure on the side of RB. They are looking at facing elimination. They do get that first little break, and that prompts a quick response here coming out of Royalty. They just barrel up middle. They know that there's numbers of presence towards that B-bomb site to get up towards that middle and that rips area. And oh, it is Ian Fodak. He's been so lethal. Oh, getting so much done, but he turns to the last minute. Chappie capitalizes 2 versus 3 now, and Royalty Esports definitely find a way back into this round. The bomb is still stuck on that T-ramp, and they are going to make their way towards that banana area. They do understand that the players are probably isolated, and right now it is 1-1-1 apiece. There is a fast rotation available towards that CT side. We see that Molly go off, and Vicky holds the angle. Chappie. Oh, they're going to walk in. He's definitely going to pick off.
Yeah.
They needed to peek together. I think Chappie gets the first frag, but on his way down, gets taken out, and RB strike back. Is this the comeback that we are going to see here? 2 rounds on the board in a row.
He had the right idea to Molly family. He just didn't do it. I was weird. Just went up and took a straight duel. I guess he couldn't have known it was the AWP anchoring and not the M4. But anyway, 10 rounds on the board. I don't think that's going to bother them too much. 2 rounds on the board for Navi. That's everything for them. Like I said, they string a few more together. That's their confidence going. And you can really start to see them brightening up in the way they play, moving around with the aggression, taking those early AWP duels, but it's so hard to open it up against Vicky. He got his revenge from the previous round, and he doubled down for a second. I wouldn't say the B-side's open. The rotation is already here. This comes down to how much damage gets done to the cross. And talk about
ridiculous.
Talk about the lotto plays. You gotta always gamble the spam. Everybody does it, and that's because why? A good odds, a good chances. You might pick up a frag, but 2, rainbows in the sunshine. It's Chappie and Glitch left. Good positioning for them to rotate around the site. They could catch electronic, but no, that's the sound cue. They should have played a little bit slower as they were, but it's just gonna prime Flame actually on the side. But what? Oh my goodness, the Robin Hop works up. It's wild, and that puts them in a 2 versus 2. Right back where they started. Glitch taking a lot of damage to get that information, or to cross for a better post plant. It is a molly being placed down to slow them down even further. And the retake, 3 flashbangs to utilize if need be. It's Fodak and Electronics, the side of Navi to move, and they're going to coordinate this well. They're going to just make sure each player has an angle while they're moving and win individual duels, but it's the flick from Fodak and Electronics to close it out. Brilliant. Like I said, you can really start to see them loosen up. They needed this to open up the gun rounds, not close them out.
Hey, I mean, they're striking back here. At least it's nice to see a confident RB coming back. I mean, they give them those entry frags, they give them those first frags of the round, and they're able to convert these rounds. And it's yeah, I'm really happy that they're getting back into this match. And finally, for the first time this game, Royalty are economically strapped. They don't have much. They are fully invested into these Tech 9s. Big fan, by the way. Love the choice of the gun, and I hope to see it in full impact here. We do see this rush towards B. This looks like something that they've rehearsed, they've stratted, they've certainly put some work into, and they get past the molly. It is Chappie. He clicks the mouse pad. Gets the kill almost. No. Pushes towards CT and no. Not able to convert just yet, and the pressure's being piled on. They do have this B-bomb side completely. Looks like they're going to be double peeking towards this area, but no. It's Ruben that goes on his own while Zon reloads, and one by one they go down and unable to land the shot with that Tech 9. The bomb is done. Potentially job done here for them, but oh, one quick frag glitch with another. Suddenly he's back into it. If he gets the third, can he get it? He does.
Boy.
And this is insane. And Share with the Tech 9 kills the player towards Banana, and Royalty stand tall. Glitch makes himself huge around the corner. Still got the Tech 9. No. Punish forward. The perfect position for Sheer. The Danger Man himself is going to need to play the bomb. Smoke goes down, and he sees the player before it bursts, and beautiful from him. And Royalty recover that round. Insane. It looked like Navi had done all the right things. They're just taking their time. They're pushing towards that graveyard area. And a couple overzealous peaks from Royalty got punished. But at the end of the day, it is Royalty that just cement the round. And that's got to be crushing if you're Navi tools. Got to be crushing.
That sucks. That's the worst. And the point of that all is roll to hit them with pace, and it's nothing that I haven't seen that all game, right? The fast B rush with utility being bombarded. The rotation was there just in time, but it's glitch that made the difference there with those multi kills with the Tech 9. And you spoke about how dangerous that gun could really be, and we had to see a prime example of it all. Flamerich, good off angle there, and Apps, but no one there to trade. No positions yet, and they're clawing their way back there. They're going to get the last round potentially here. That's what they're definitely looking for. Let's just still allow the danger man Ruben's lurking through. Trying to phase the B smoke, and the spray control works out. The garden hose really... What is that smoke? I keep seeing it.
Yeah, he keeps throwing it as well. Obviously gives him a nice angle here, and they can't see as they're crossing.
Fair enough.
Oh!
But he gets his teammate killed. Oof. Still an advantage for Navidek.
He repositions, but Ruben, too clever.
He's aware. The bomb's in a pickle, though. Still in a pickle, but glitch. I told you, this man's nuts. Man's nuts.
That is insane.
Sheer 21 kills, but glitch. The final part of that half was all him. Multi-kill, and then we get to see the star shine. I think he's been brought in for his firepower, and we really get to see it. Sheer 21 kills, so he was spearheading the attack from Royalty, but in Snabi's attempt to attack to try claw some rounds back and reduce that deficit. It's not too hard. If you're uncoordinated, yeah, maybe, but let's see what they have in the bank, what they have in their strat book. It's a flash and a smoke. Let's see where they want to finish it. All 4 players heading towards second middle. Oh man, they counted this well, Royalty. It's all about landing the shots, and there we go. Zuan, Sheer, everyone coming to the party. It's Chappie, in fact, and Zuan with 2 frags, and Chappie's going to regress and try to use that space that was created to capitalize on. He's crouching though, he needs to land those shots, and oh no, the USB betrays him. Nice for the reload. Where's his teammates? There's ready to play in CT spawn, but T-spawn, I mean. Positional advantage and Sheer. Oh no. Shakes in frustration as they're moving towards this A side, but right into Ruben's headshots, and the electronics to finish him off, and they got a 1 versus 1 in their hands, and this is the opportunity. This is where it's really on you, one-on-one versus your opponent, and Sheer's got the advantage in terms of the information. The bomb went down, can't go too far, and the electronics just jiggle peaks in time. He's got low HP, you can't lose too much, so he has to land a headshot. It has to be it. And he gets it on the last bullet. Oh man. Last chance saloon, and he takes it.
Yeah, Nabi there, standing up, taking that pistol around. Perhaps going to start their T campaign here. Sure, the desk must be thinking back to, I think it was that Mirage map that Nabi came through and really showed big time on their T side. Perhaps they can challenge Royalty. So far, it does seem to be a one-sided affair, but Nabi have come back here in the recent rounds. They've shown that they've got some fight left in them. They take that pistol round and kind of look to convert it now. You can see that they've got 3 AK-47 certainly. Oh my god, that was a disgusting shot, Vicky. That was insane. Never killed anyone like that for me personally.
With the Gaddy especially. Flamer, top banana, 2 opponents standing around in front of him. It's the broken wall that separates the 2. And he's gonna just keep playing, dancing around. The support eventually comes in. This smoke is quite timeless in that it could be the advantage of Royalty if they don't play this too well. Navi overwhelming with numbers, eventually capture the checkpoint of top banana, as well as moving into the B side. Ruben tries his shenanigans. The flash doesn't work out. They've lost information, but he gets deleted eventually, and it's Chappie. He's got a shotty. Could work out if he gets this frag, but no, 35 bullets in the galley finishes it off, and it's Royalty to have a full eco this round. Navi, I did say 8, right? All right. Things are playing in my favor, yeah.
Yeah, just according to plan. Navi are striking back here. Beautiful round from them. We see that nothing is being purchased here from the side of Royalty. I mean, should be expected, but suddenly it's not that many rounds between these 2 teams, and it looked like a one-sided affair, but Navi are certainly striking back here. We see them enter into the default. They've got pretty even split. Got to play towards that apps. Got some banana control, of course, but it is the stack in the middle that Royalty have presented here. So first frag goes the way of Royalty as well. That's the pick towards apps. They decide to push. I don't know if I agree with this decision, but do they? They're overwhelming Bodach, and the trades are going pretty much favorably for the CTs, considering the weaponry that they have. Glitch picks up the AK-47 as well. That's going to be a lot of danger in his hands, considering his form. And now see things settle down. Nabi planting the bomb, of course, and Royalty slowly edge their way towards Banana. They've been smoked off. This is going to certainly cut them off for a while, but they're going to be happy to run for the hills here with these AK-47s and save these into the next round. They bought absolutely nothing this round, and they got a lot for it. They got 3 frags and put quite a bit of pressure back onto that T-side economy. So if Royalty are able to win a round and they decide to purchase, which should be the next, they will almost certainly be able to cross the line and put this within match point, I think, if Nabi aren't careful with their economy here.
Agreed. And similar storylines from the two teams on the CT side. Just initial rough starts, just not having the economy to back your plans and plays that you want to be executing. Now that when they start getting that money rolling, the AWPs come up and all the utilities bought and everyone's flush, that's when the real resistance occurs. So Nabi have to carefully navigate themselves through this round. I hate seeing that though. I hate seeing spare money on a player and then watching another player not have the full utility, knowing you can drop stuff now. So not really thinking on that wavelength yet. No! God. Yeah,
It looked like the peak was good, Tools.
That was a good peak. It was a good peak for electronics, not for Zohan, but the AWP prevails and Banana, the onslaught continues. The trade does come about though, so the man advantage still in the favor of Royalty. Nabi, they've done well so far to put pressure on middle and towards Banana. It's forced Royalty to move around a lot more on the CT side and make a gamble. 3 players sitting on the CT side, on the A side, and 1 player on B. As soon as he gets pushed back, the rotation will occur, so space will be created. It's Ian Fodov playing in middle. Just trying to decide where he wants to finish off, and it looks like they're going to be collapsing and finishing off on this B site, and there's 2 smokes, but no flashbangs. The entries will be tough.
Yep. Here comes the breach. All 3 players, they spot the first towards CT now. Surely that is a little bit isolated. A lot of smoke damage being done, and now they are just going to push through it. Beautiful. Now, Nate actually catches the corner. They're not as effective as I thought it would be. 4 players left here on the side of Royalty, but 2 players relatively low. Sheer really didn't. It's a small amount of HP to work with. Oh, that boost is going now at the moment, and oh, doesn't Inferno spot him? No. Does. Oh, he gets a frag through the smoke as well. Eventually, Chappie chimes in, but it is the man Inferno that gets the final kill. It is all up to Chappie, 1 versus 2 now to win this round. And it has to be said that B are responding here, man. B are responding. Guess must be going mental.
Indeed. On the comeback. No, I don't do my predictions here, Royalty. Problem is, Royalty, I think, like I said before the game started, a new lineup. They've been put together recently, so I'm not too sure much time that they would have had to just coordinate and organize the defense and certain plays that they want to do here and there. But general basics seem to be missing, is what's costing them a little bit there. That beast smoke from the CT side should have come a lot sooner to buy them time to set up better in that site, but it came a bit too late. And on top of that, there were little to no flashes left over. Like I mentioned, if they just use the extra cash to drop flashes over, it would have been a bit more competitive. So it comes down to Glitch trying to land some fantastic shots here. He's picked up one with the Deagle. I'm assuming that's towards middle boiler. In fact, when the pop flash does come about, it's Ruben with the 5-7. This is still strong, especially if you land those nutmegs over there. We already see Professor pedaling back, and Ruben chases his prey and finishes him off, and it's electronics. He's wondering, guys, than Eco or half by, but still, play with a bit more due diligence and things would not fall apart like this.
Big disaster, but big play there from Ruben. He played that angle pretty perfectly. Beautiful flash coming from his teammate there as well in support, and manages to get 3 kills for his troubles. And this is obviously forcing Electronics to save in the hills. They're deep in the apartments, he is. But Royalty bounce back. I mean, they were saving tools, so this is going to be a really big round for them. Look at this, 5 rifles in the hands, and they're going to get the round. They got 13 on the board. Never mind, that's 4 rifles in the bag, but this man's given up his position, and right now is getting chased down, and it'll be removed. And Royalty, 13-7 now. Let's look at the economy on the side of Nabi. They can afford to potentially drop 1 rifle over. Not too sure just yet, but Does look like Electronics is going to get a gun there from his teammates. We see a royalty timeout come out now. Very interesting situation. They win that eco round. Sometimes I'm a big fan of this. Like, you win some crazy round, you're not supposed to win. You pause, you really rub it in your opponent's face. Perhaps what they're trying to do here for Nabi. Perhaps they're just trying to call the pause at the start of the round, and ultimately they just got an extra round and all these rifles for their troubles. And now they can just talk about the lovely strats they're going to be doing with, oh no, it looks to be a technical. Excuse me, 4 players on the server there. But Tools, I mean, your prediction was 16-8 and looking awfully close towards that scoreline. Just need at least one more year out of Nabi, but Royalty looking good, man. As expected.
Yeah. Based off how Nabi performs this round, I'd say if they pick up this round, I think they'll get double digits based on the economy. But if they lose this, I think Royalty will close it out, maybe even a 16-7. But 16-8, I'm sticking with that. But Royalty, the stack pause is going to give them time just to plug all the gaps and plug all the leaks that are happening in the defense at the moment, because I'm sure Chappie's that type of IGL who's going to just say, cut it out, guys, no mistakes from here on. Make sure the comms are good, and make sure you cut the noise when need be, not give away too many sound cues moving around. And looking at a map like Inferno, Speedway is one of the places you can pick up information apps as well. But the most important is the util usage. You don't get that in point in time, you're going to get punished. So that's it. And then see they go through that discussion. Full investment coming from Nabi. This is an all-important round for them. This is the haymaker. It's now or never, I'd say. So on peeking in pot in 3 players from the CT side. And certainly dominance, real bad and glitch. He's caught me unawares right now. And how did this work out? He gets traded out eventually though, but that's still a 2-man advantage. Make that a 3-man advantage, or 1-man advantage, and it's a good shot from Electronics. He had the AK of the round, but he's lost a lot of HP, so perhaps they swap out. No, let's speak. He picks up an AK, got some util to work with, a lot of time in the clock to try and navigate their way through scenario they've got themselves into. 1 minute on the clock, and I think they should just play it slow, work together. Even if they get even trades, that's not even too bad, considering that could potentially be a bomb plant. I do like the smoke. It isolates players sitting in the site here and graveyard, so let's just see. I think it is a player. Him sitting in graveyard, he's down for free, so that's excellently played. That's good navigation. That's that GPS 3 coming out soon. It's 2 versus 2. Electronics are still low, but the fact that they've got a good post plant, or not a good post plant, the post sitting on sides, this is going to be tough. But the AWP on Zohan is going to be the X factor. He needs to land the shot, so you see the head, and he pops the pop. He's moving. He's going to try and hit the no scope. He hits 2. Making up for those missed shots in Banana. God damn. All right. You can start to see now why they picked up this AWP player. I still need to see more, but he's sitting on 22 kills. He's got a 2 KD plus some assists.
Yeah, he's been getting aggressive with that AWP. And yep, huge round for him there. Clutches as cool as you like, cool as a cucumber. Royalty put 14 on the board. Force an eco out of Nabi here, and I don't know what's left in it for them here.
Pride goes. You start to play for Pride now. You get as many rounds in the T side as you can. You use this as a learning experience.
Facts. I love your positivity tools. Oh, it's Inferno. He's perhaps been inspired, but no. Unable to capitalize there just yet. 2 quick frags go the way of Glitch. Chappie chimes in as well. And Inferno gets a gun for his troubles there. 2 versus 4 now. Electronics makes his way towards that middle area. Beautiful shot dirty on Chappie. Certainly going to wreck his confidence. Right. Oh my god. The pits. Oh, that was dirty headshots. But now the flank. Royalty have got the positional advantage, and that is the man, but it is Electronics with this Deagle so far. It's been so powerful, so concise, so precise. And now, going to pick up that bomb, picks up the cold as well for his troubles. Yeah, oh, beautiful play. He's going to just run all the way to B. Surely they need to be aware that he can get there now. And now you see the CT becomes aware. He runs towards that banana area, and soon enough, both players seem to be walking, taking it cautious, but Electronics here seems to almost have a feeling that a CT player could be lurking close, that they're onto him, and he's going to whip out the bomb, plant it towards B, call over his teammate now, and just close off the angles. Now they're very well aware that he's on the site. He has to be somewhere towards that fountain area, towards that pillar, towards graveyard. Towards graveyard is not an option. Right now, he's just waiting for Sheer to come through. And Electronics with the deagle. Can he get a 4K to close this round? He's playing the pillar to perfection. He gets another one, reloads. Can he get fancy? Jiggle peeks. No, Sheer shuts it down. Beautiful round from Electronics, but not enough here. And it is, in fact, Royalty Esports that put a 15th on the board, and this is it. Nabi saved. They've got all the money in the bank now. They need to go 8 in a row, Tools. 15-15, bring us to overtime, or it is Royalty that will proceed.
You give this
Do you see a
team,
timeout coming up from Nabi?
you give Nabi a coach and some time to practice under some good conditions, and this team could definitely look scary. I want to see more rounds, in fact, coming out of Nabi, especially Electronics. He's coming to form on the latter end of this matchup. Ian Fodor started off hot, but he's cooled off a bit. But there's potential here, man. Diamonds in the rough, I'd say.
Absolutely. We've been talking a lot about them leading up to this match, and I certainly do feel like they have potential. I mean, they basically just got all the Navi nicknames in Afrikaans. That's what's going on there.
I don't know. You'd know better.
I mean,
honest,
Ian Fodor, what does in Fodor mean? It must mean, I'll bet it means something. I don't know. Let me look.
you asking the run guy.
I know.
But we're gonna see how this round plays. We're gonna see how this round plays out. Some good useful usage back and
Simple.
forth. Simple.
Ian Fodor is simple. I thought so. Yeah. That's all the.
Oh no, that's brilliant actually. I thought as much, I just couldn't make the connection. It was a gut feeling.
Oh!
Shot by Ruben, open up the scoreboard, and this Profexki left wondering, missing out on the trades, and able to pick up the rebuttal frag. Ian Fodor. So tempted to call him just simple from now on, but he's got the AWP nose on. He tucks into Boiler. Good movement by him just to tuck into that gap over there. There was no. You see, if they had a proper default, no, what? Not like this, Profexki. Don't end it like this. This is an anticlimactical finish, I'd say. And it's on to finish it off. 23 kills on the board, but yeah, I definitely want to see way more out of Nabi Villarreal. It's unfortunate that they had to go out this way. Best of ones, and I swear if it wasn't Inferno, I swear with a map like Dust 2 and Mirage, it could have gone a bit further, maybe double digits, but I do still think Royalty would have closed it out. Just more experienced players and more well-known around the scene, and they were hitting some good shots, as you can see, so it's justified. But commiserations to Nabi. Overall, what's your thoughts on that matchup, Goals?
Yeah, look, I mean, Nabi, one of the Des favorites or our favorites, but unfortunately they go down. Royalty, obviously one of the top rosters in the South African Go scene, so certainly not a big surprise from that front. But yeah, definitely expect a little bit more out of Nabi, but they can just take it and learn from it and ultimately progress and come back stronger next time. But I mean, yeah, beautiful match from Royalty. They progress, and let's shoot it back over to the Des to break that one down.
Thank you so much, Goals and Lighter, for that in-depth analysis. Guys, what happened there? What we were expecting Nabi to win. I mean, they're the Des favorite, they're the caster's favorite, and they just didn't seem to come up to our expectations.
Let's give it up to Chiquito for the first prediction.
We have to give it to Chiquito for obtaining his first prediction. Well done. Hopefully more to come. But before we go any further, let me remind you guys about the $50 that is up for grabs to be added to your Steam wallet. All you have to do is go on gaming.lenovo.com. You can either post a clip from your broadcast or you can go and vote for your favorite team. And when you're there, make sure you browse around for some other offers. All right, so guys, I have to let Chiquito start because you were the one who believed in Royalty. You were the one who told me Nabi? Who is that? I don't care about Nabi. So please start off the analysis.
Through Nabi, I've seen like they started so weak. Like they started with losing 8 rounds to 0 to nothing. And to be honest, what I've noticed is they had weak like chemistry, synergy, the teamwork, communication. I believe they were lacking it. So Nabi, hard luck to them. They tried their best, but it wasn't good enough against Royalty. Uh, Royalty, they proved to us that no matter who's going to be in front of us, we're going to destroy them. And that's what they showed it to us. And of course, by their name, Royalty. They're royal. They're just going to enter the site whenever they want. They're going to clear it. They're going to destroy whoever is going to be there. And I've realized also the way they're entering B from like they were T side, the way they're entering B, it's just amazing. They smoked side. They focused on the CT. Then all of them they focused on the side player, which it gave them the ability to show us that they have a strong teamwork. They have a strong game sense, and they prove to us that they are owning the map. They're owning whoever is gonna play against them. They're gonna own them, and yeah. So hard luck for Nabi. I wish if they reviewed their demos and know their mistakes and what went wrong, because we like my colleague Sami expected them to win because he saw a great match by them in Mirage game. Is it? So yeah, I wish for Nabi to focus on their mistakes. It's not a bad thing to lose the game. It should be a motivation for them to look for the next tournament and prove themselves that they deserve to be over there.
That's very true. And I have to definitely come to you, Sammy, because you have seen them perform before. You have seen the great Nabi, the flawless Nabi. So, how can you compare this current matchup compared to the last game that they played?
Uh, Congrats to Royalty. They played amazing. They really actually took down a great team, but they played flawlessly. Now let's talk about what went wrong. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, Nabi lost 10-0. After that, they tried to come back, but it wasn't successful. It was 12-3, I believe. However, Nabi, they're playing City side. The reason why they lost such a great lead is due to, first of all, they were not lucky to get the opening kills. Like, let's say, Banana, they were trying to go push Banana aggressively and try to go for a pick. However, they kept just doing it, and Royalty was expecting. They're playing patiently. They were waiting for their mistakes. We didn't see anything special in Royalty. They were just playing on their mistakes. Nabi had a lot. There was a specific round. It was around maybe it was in the 9th or 10th round. It was a 2v2. Royalty was having Zone as the C4 carrier in mid, and Nabi give him the advantage to run away and go B. It was a 2v2. They should just push and kill him in mid, but they didn't do that. They were just holding. I mean, okay, they might be in pressure, but don't let that pressure come into you. It's a crucial round. Could be the round to come back. Could actually change the course of the game to 8-7 or 9-6. But one more thing. See, always in the game, whenever you're not doing anything special, you should just play anti-rush. Anti-rush is to actually expect any rush coming, so you have to be ready for it. There was a round when Royalty was half by pistol armor. They rushed B. They took it. Even though they had two men down, when they took side control, they were easily picking their heads off. Uh, I mean, Nabi was not playing anti-rush in that round. Yes, they threw their utility, but they gave the B side so easily. So, coming Royalty, they came, they showed us they were prepared. They showed us a really good match. I loved how they play. I mean, Nabi, hard luck to them, but Royalty played better.
It was well deserved for Royalty, indeed.
There
and-
could be many reasons. See, one of the most crucial reasons is these micro mistakes that Nabi were doing. These micro mistakes shouldn't happen in the game. You're playing a tournament. You should be 100% focused. Such situations require actually focus, and it was not shown.
Definitely. And like you said, they were just playing on their mistakes. It wasn't necessarily that they outclassed them or outskilled them. They were playing purely on Nabi's mistakes. And with that, let us check out the player scoreboard. Perhaps we can see where those mistakes originated from and how that happened. So we have for Royalty, we have the top kills belonging to Zon and Sheer, I believe. 23 kills going for both of them. And for Nabi, Kumar with 20 kills. Is there anything you can comment on based on these scoreboards? Analysts, take your time, analyze the scoreboard. Is there anything you can
coming
tell
from
us?
the scoreboard, okay, Royalty, good stats. They were doing well. They played together, actually. There was no, like, one man carried, one man army. However, Nabi, it was basically their micro adjustments or their adjustments to the round. Those were the crucial mistakes that happened. They were not like adjusting properly, uh, having actually some blind spots, exposure, a lot of exposures. Like they were like exposed in the open many rounds, which led them to dying. So now be hard luck, but these mistakes. I saw their two maps; they were doing amazing in the qualifying stage. But coming to the playoff, I thought they were gonna have the upper hand with their amazing gameplay that they showed us. But it wasn't enough, or it wasn't their day, to be honest. I'm sure of it. Hard luck to them.
Well, since you mentioned that it wasn't their day, I do have to bring your attention back to what we discussed yesterday about having the possibility or the leeway for a team to have an off day or not. Is that a legitimate excuse? So when we were watching the matches, we were thinking, maybe Nappy is having an off day, and we were teasing you about it. Do you still stick to it? Do you still think that, having an off day is a
Sure.
valid excuse at this point in the tournament?
There could be reasons. I wouldn't actually say what's the reason because I'm not actually in the game with them. But I mean, they showed us really good quality CS in the qualifying stage. And I was expecting them to show us the same thing in the playoff stage. But I don't know the reason. I don't know, to be honest. Like, they were all on switch off mode in the game. I wasn't seeing that chemistry. It was not visible at all in the game. So, hats off to Royalty. Royalty played a really good game. Hats off to them. Uh, one of the good teams that when they play on the others' mistakes, it shows that they are a good team. They have good game sense. They were just picking them off apart. When they enter B, it was really a good B executes. As T side, they were just entering B like, I mean, hats off to them. Good execute.
Definitely. Congratulations to both teams for making it so far into the tournament. And we're definitely proud of
Yep.
both of what they've achieved. And let's take a look at the logos and the teams that are coming up next. We have DNMK Esports versus Tenacity. So, what's our first impressions
Tenacity.
about these teams?
Tenacity.
Tenacity, tell me
I'm
why.
going with tenacity.
What about you? I know that it's very new for the teams, and I understand that it's very competitive to do the predictions. But do you agree with Sami at this point, or do you think you're going to be going into the opposite directions like you did with Nabi and Royalty?
I think it's going to be a close match, to be honest, and I think the NMK they might win. They might win by slightly or big difference. I would say slightly.
All right, well, we're going to go in a more in-depth prediction very soon. But first, we're going to head into a short break. So make sure you guys stay tuned, and we will be back very shortly.
On this journey we will find our souls begin to intertwine. Your heart of gold so pure, divine, and I lost myself within the fire, breaking free from my desire. A heart of gold forged to inspire. It's starfire. It's starfire.
The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow. I'm reaching out, but all I feel is hollow. I wanna make you work, but all I do is make you worse. The truth is a damn hard pill to swallow. Don't you wanna come on over? Don't you wanna work it out? Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me now? Don't you wanna fix our problems? Baby, I can show you how. Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me now? Don't you wanna come on over? Don't you wanna work it out? Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me more? Don't you wanna fix our problems? Baby, I can show you how. Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me now? Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me now? Don't you wanna come on over? Don't you wanna work it out? Don't you wanna love me better, love me better, love me now? Don't you wanna fix our problems? Baby, I can show you how.
Sure.
Welcome back to the Legion African Cup, brought to you by Legion by Lenovo. Welcome back from the break, everybody. We're just about to start our second and last match of the day, but before we do, let me ask the analysts a very, very important question. How was lunch today?
How was?
How was lunch today?
Lunch was good.
It's Tuesday, so we had Taco Tuesdays. That's how we roll here at the studio. We had tacos. Well, to get more serious about it, so we just watched the match where Royalty managed to get the win from Nabi. And I do want to ask, compared to the games that we saw yesterday, we saw Regicide Gaming win ATK Academy, and we saw White Rabbit. Could you compare Royalty's gameplay to one of the three that we saw win? Would you compare them to be on the same skill level as any of the other teams?
Now comparing Royalty with the top contenders, yes, I definitely agree that they actually could give a hard time. Now here's the thing: there is a lot of surprises here in the playoffs. We have a lot of teams that are unknown, and we have teams that are actually in the scene for a long time. Now, as we know, we have seen the big names get actually have a lot of experience. They played in many international tournaments. They have reached finals, but have we seen them before been given a hard time? No. So right now we have a lot of surprises. We have a lot of good teams up on the rise that actually could give a hard time to these teams. Bravado, Goliath, Nabi. I said there is gonna be a lot of surprises. Nabi is one. It's one of the most surprising upsets the first surprising upset that we have seen so far. So I don't know how many surprises we are gonna see. I'm now not gonna predict. I'm not gonna praise any more teams. I'm just gonna be like, okay,
Come on, you can't let go of that. Just the one mistake, you got to keep going. Got to pick yourself
Because-
up and keep going.
yeah, keep going. Hard luck to them. Keep going. It's not actually a stopping station. It's actually a learning phase. You need to take that loss into consideration and improve yourself on that. Because see, when you lose, you improve. The more you lose, the more experience you get from that. I have seen that a lot. I have faced a lot of losses in my life in CSGO and in 1.6. Loss is actually a normal thing. Don't ever take that, oh, we're gonna quit. We are a bad team. No, no. A good team with many losses will make them better.
Exactly. We are so very proud of the teams that have made it so far. It doesn't matter, as you said, a win or a loss. If you made it this far, it is definitely something to be super proud of. And we are very proud of the region that we are representing in this tournament. Let me remind you of them. They are South Africa, Kenya, and Nigeria. Regions that perhaps beyond this tournament has never been really known in perhaps the Middle East or in Europe or in America, perhaps in their own regions. They have been competing for a long time, but here, this is the global level that they're going to be competing in, and hopefully they'll be recognized more. Just to remind you guys about the games that we had today, we just witnessed Royalty versus Nabi, and as you said, a huge upset. Royalty taking the win from Nabi, which no one expected, no one at the analyst desk, no one at the commentator desk, with the Royalty getting that well-deserved win. And our next game will be DNMK Esports versus Tenacity. And unfortunately, Mayo Addicts had to forfeit the game, making the automatic win for their opponents. And just to take another look at the logos, DNMK Esports versus Tenacity. Is that a skunk I see in Tenacity's side? What does that mean? Does that mean we're going to annihilate you with our gameplay?
They're gonna smoke the site and just enter.
Smoke the site. Okay, you've said it way more delicately than I was going to. Thank you for saving me on that. So let's remind ourselves again with the predictions. What do we think? Who's going to win?
I'm going
Who
with
are going to come
Tenacity.
out
I
on
like
top?
their logo. It's a spirit animal, maybe. You
Oh,
have spirit animals?
yes,
I
that is
guess it's
true.
their spirit animal.
Skunk is their spirit animal.
I'm going with Tenacity.
Tenacity, what about you, Shakira?
DNMK, they have the logo of the water, yeah?
I believe so.
They're gonna drown.
You
Man.
just want to go against him. That's all you want to do. That's what I'm seeing here.
Come on, let's give it a chance for DNMK. Maybe they have potential to want to show it to us.
All
So I
right.
would go with them.
All right. I'm not no judgment here. Definitely, if you want to pick it, it's all your opinion. Let me reveal to you guys the map. It is a map that we have not seen very often. So that is definitely one of the surprises that we're going to be
Nuke.
seeing today. It is not Nuke. It
Ah,
is a
think it's
OG map.
That's two.
Dust
OG.
2, exactly. We are going to be seeing Dust 2 in our game. DNMK versus Tenacity. So tell me about this map. Is this a good choice for them?
It's a very good choice. So let's talk about Dust 2. Quick summary. Dust 2 has a lot of sensitive spots. You have mid, you have long, and you have short. So these three spots, you have the long, where a lot of contest happens there. You have short, where you can actually set up, go for an A setup, and execute and just enter A, or you can do a A fake and go mid to B from short as well. You have mid to B. Mid is a really sensitive spot. So Dust 2 is really a map where a lot of rotations happen. Who can actually stop rotation? It's a map of really attention and rotation. That's my take on it. So far, we have come into the new meta of Dust 2, where you just play off lurks. You have a lurker in B, a lurker in mid, focus attention in A, make rotations move, try to kill them off guard. This is what we have come across now in the new meta. So, South African, Kenyan, Nigerian scene, they are known for tactical gameplays. It's gonna be a really interesting game coming into Dust 2 right now. I'm really excited to watch it.
Definitely, especially since it's a map that we're not very used to. We're looking forward to see how these teams will be playing in Dust 2. And depending on who wins the knife round, which side do you think they'll be picking, and would that be to their advantage?
I think here it's not a really city map or team map. It's 50-50. It can go either way in this map, especially. So for me, actually, I would really, I mean, many might disagree with me, but I would actually pick T side. T side is a good side to start on this too. My prediction, I mean, they're gonna go for CT, I think, most probably, but I would go for T side.
What about you, Shakito? Are you one of the many that disagrees?
No, it's not about disagreeing. Like it's something similar to Sami. Like, look, if your team is more tactical, it's better to play as a T side because you're gonna have more tactics, more ideas how to play, more ideas how to conquer that side. So if you're gonna be a T side, you're gonna choose T side for your team. It should be like you have already plans written on in front of you. You're ready to execute it, and you will guarantee that you're gonna win each round, or at least the majority of the rounds. It's gonna be with you.
All right. Well, you did mention that this map is all about the rotation. So, how important is utility usage in?
Utility is really important as well. So the most important utility here is smoke. Smokes as T side, you really need them. Best off to smoke either Xbox and try to go short and do an execute from there. A smoke mid to B, so you can go mid to B split. Long, if you're like the first spawn, you can go and smoke off corner. Try to actually have a cross smoke, so you can actually cross at ease and try to kill anyone trying to go to pit. So utility is really important here. It should be really important because right now setups is needed to actually fake in this map. It's really important to fake. As I said, rotation is really to catching the rotation is really important this map. So you really need that utility in that game in this map.
Well, here's hoping that the utility usage will be optimal in the game that's coming up now, which is ready. So, we're going to be passing it on to our casters, Goals in Lighter. Take it away, guys.
Welcome back. Myself and Gold will be finally taking you through the last game of the evening. It is Dynamic up against Tenacity. This is a true David and Goliath battle, I think, Cozy, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. DNMK, obviously one of the big favorites coming from South African scene. Huge name, huge team. Ross has had a lot of success over the last year, 12 months. Obviously a very strong organization as well, support the play as well, and we do expect a dominant performance from them. But that said, Tenacity, they made their way here through the group stages. So ultimately, hey, anything can happen. It is the best one. And I think most importantly, it is Dust 2. I'm personally really excited to watch Dust 2. We haven't had it just yet. So personally, it's my favorite map as well. I definitely agree with the desk as well. The util usage is going to be important. Those, smokes in those pivotal places need to be on point. Can't be missing those, otherwise you will get punished. And yeah, I'm kind of leaning towards DNMK on this one, Tools. I have to be honest.
Only leaning? Sure, I'm full of Sutter Dynamic. I'm going to go ahead and give them a good win, maybe a 16-5, a 16-4. It will be single digits. There's not much more information about Tenacity out there, but the information I do have is Dynamic are a top 4, top 3 team in South Africa. So just by going by that, there's not many who come up against it, but it will be Dynamic on the CT side. So we're going to jump straight into the game. It is Dust 2, one of my favorite. I know you mentioned before this game started that Dust 2. It's one of the last remaining favorite maps that you actually have in Counter-Strike, which is true. This map has so much history. Pretty much any player who comes across Counter-Strike, Dust 2 is synonymous with that. But it is the pistol round. Utility being purchased up. Xbox smoke. Divo. Oh man, this guy's a firecracker in a bottle. They're gonna be pop flashing towards middle, and they're gonna carry on with their aggression. Tenacity ready for it. It's Divo with the swooping 2K. Swift headshots. Clean as you would like. What a robust start to this matchup.
Yeah, certainly some unrelenting aggression there coming out of Divo, and this is what we know him for. He's got these snappy flicks that he gets, these multi-frag potentials. And right now, we see Tenacity setting up towards that B side, but Kani is in such a strong position. They've got no business really challenging them there. See Rups throw a little decoy towards the long area, perhaps going to call something over, but you see the T-Stir moving towards that lows area. They are going to have to fight these players towards that top area. Maybe a split to B here. It's not the worst idea in the world, but yeah, they do have the smoke. That's the most important part. That's all they really need. Smoke comes through the middle area, but now the top players can push as well. Directly behind them, we see that happen. Divo, able to spot one, spots two as well, and Doobie gets picked off, and now it's up to Divo. Looks for him, and that is Kani just making mincemeat here on the side. Daru's just locked in here towards that B-side door, and yeah. It's Divo that closes things up there. Was it 4K there for him that round? No, it wasn't.
Divo nuts.
Kani.
Diver nuts. It is Diver, Heartbreak, Kani, Doobie, and Doru on the side of Dynamic Esports on Tenacity. We have Polarized, we have Queez, we have Rubes, Pegasus, and Puppy. Some cute names on the side of Tenacity. Skunk, not cute though, but cute names nonetheless. They're going to be going for some long control here. Not much purchased up in Tenacity, so these rounds usually favor the side with better weaponry and utility. And often than not, I think 60% of the time they should be picking up these rounds without a force. Those deagles are injurious though, so you got to watch out for that. Kanye with the scout. It's kind of very common to put your mid to B players scouting towards the middle, get that early information, and be able to adjust that rotation where need be. There's a player in the form of Doobie, some free kills with an MP9. It's a meat grinder for Tenacity and Rube solo alive. I think he was just hoping to catch a lurk. If he catches Divo, that's a good present. That's nice. A late Christmas. I don't know he is. Divo's smart. Divo's smart. All there might have been a sound cue miss, but that is 2-0 on the side of Dynamic Esports. It's a strong start.
He definitely jumped there. He made a noise there and tried to get into that little corner position. Divo wised to it, but 2 quick rounds there for side of DNMK, and he choose to keep these SMGs, of course. Only Deagles on the side of Tenacity now. They're going to make their way towards long. It seems some flashes are coming through, but the CTs are responding with long control themselves, so this should be brutal. Divo peeks out, sprays 1, gets 3. Unexpected
Faces
jump.
1, gets 3. Quickly now. I like how you said faces 1, gets 3. That's classic Divo. It's always good for 3. Good for 3. But yeah, I think Tenacity right now are shooketh, trembling a little. Maybe this is the gun round to settle their nerves to get them back into this.
Yeah, they need to get a couple of good frags here. You see them lean again, throwing some util towards that long area, but CTs have got it covered. Quite a bit of damage, or some lowers aggression here, paying off for the side of the NMK, and I think you're going to see a lot of that throughout this game. That almost that earning that respect, or like demanding that respect from the side of the NMK Esports. I mean, look at this. They've already got to play in the T spawn. It's going to be flanking them all soon, and it's going to be an absolute disaster. It's got the whole of B under control. That smoke is perfect for Daru as well. That's going to limit the options for the T side, and it's going to allow this flank to come and really make mincemeat out of the whole team here. And is he going to capitalize? No, he walks right past. Surely they know exactly where all these players are towards the top area. 3 players towards long. They're going to start flanking them even. This is crazy, man.
Bombs and spawn.
Oh, disaster. Absolutely disaster.
I've never seen this before. This long, elaborate ruse to take cat control, move into the A side, but the bombers and spawn. I wanted to actually just maybe congratulate Dynamic. That might have been the best first gun round I've seen in a while. Simultaneously as a duo, taking lows, getting that frag, re-rotating towards cat to flash it off, taking long, and then wrapping around and realizing eventually the bomb was in spawn. You could have imagined if the bomb wasn't in spawn, they would have pivoted back to the A side and been ready for the attack coming from Tenacity. So that was good movement and a good indication of a team that's communicating well and coordinating how they should. Tenacity back to semi-buy/eco. I think balance out the economy. Pegasus bought up, so might have been a panic buy. Not too sure what's going on.
Yeah. I think it might have been, do you see just pistols on the rest of the team, and had bought it a little bit too early there before the call was made, and just this aggression again from the side of the NMK. Oh, beautiful taps there from Doobie. But Pegasus does get a frag for his troubles towards that A side, perhaps opening something up. But again, it's just a 3 versus 4 man disadvantage here. Control is heavily in favor of DNMK. Look at the positions that they've got. Heartbreak gets another frag there towards the back of middle. And again, is the bombing spawn again. These guys really need to start being a little bit more responsible with that bomb if they want to have a chance.
Nice scout shot. I mean, this round becomes a bit more competitive. 50 seconds, things could turn. There we go. Things are turning. The knob swings right, swings towards the Tenacity. 2 versus 2. And they can upgrade their weapons. And it's polarizing.
Oh,
Or maybe dropping the ball. Talk about dropping the ball. A bit over-aggressive, but at the same time, like the bombers in spawn, how could they have known? It's like a surprise and you don't know what to do with the candy in front of your hand. It's Stube in a 2 versus 1. He's got a nade, so if Polarized puts down the bomb, in fact, I don't think he'll get to that point. This is the fight that's going to pursue. It's Stube picking up the first tight headshot there. It's Poppy with the headshot angle. And I think this is where they want to keep it, especially Dubin at low HP. They're tapping away, but no one's landing their shots. It's the Kobe, but too much HP. Poppy has to go for this frag because of the bomb. 7 seconds on the clock, and he's going to press forward. Doobie's doomed. That's the first round on the board for Tenacity. Good heads-up play, moving forward, knowing he doesn't have time to go put the bomb down, so taking the fight was the only right choice. Alright, they got the guns up and running. Already opening up the board. All the kill feed. Doobie goes down in the middle and long control has been established as well as the man advantage. This is looking good. They got to press forward dynamic, and that's the 2K for heartbreaking factor 3. Alright. If you go wrong, you get a 3K. I think that's how it works, especially if you're getting flashed in. That A1 proving its worth, proving its money, and the bomb's locked once again with the opposing team. And they had the right idea, right? You send the bomb with the majority, but majority got deleted.
yeah, absolutely. Heartbreak there again. That long control from the side of DNMK Esports. They're just really on point. Just the flash is really proving supreme. And just quick 3 frags there with 1 clip of that A4. I know you saw quite a few times about like how little bullets it has, but Heartbreak uses it very effectively there. Gets 3 frags and ultimately pretty much instantly wins the round for his team. All we have left here is the quiz. Just holding this T-spawn here with this AWP, and I wonder if DNMK are going to wait much longer for him to hold on to this. Surely they start just restricting his movements, constricting him. And going to get that up. Oh, we see a player moving towards suicide, and he's going to peek now. Oh, and he's able to grab a quiz. Lovely little frag there.
Quiz. Gets taken out, and that's Divo Doru to close it up. 5 runs on the board for Tenacity. All right. A timeout, Tenacity text, and yeah, well earned, and I think they've gone through a bit of a beating, so just to reassess things and try problem solve a bit. Where we're falling apart, how do we stop this aggression? Because again, because of the update and dust too, it just allows CTs to just push through lowers and get that aggression nice and early. It's the quickest point of contact now since the update out, so without just having eyes. So it's a bit tougher now lurking towards B tunnels or just sending 1 player then normally, especially in the first gun round as you've seen. So things have changed, updates have worked, and plans I think on the side of Tenacity should be let's head towards long, maybe a delayed burst or don't have the spawns, but I think that's where they've got most of their success, I'd say. They're gonna be heading towards long. They don't have the spawn, which sucks, but they're gonna go regardless. It's just how this works out, and Pegasus gets through for free. I don't think Dynamic were willing to, or really investing in taking A long. They wanted to secure A long and secure Cat at the same time, but they were willing to forfeit long rather than Cat. But here we go. Tenacity barreling up long, taken up for the AWP of Doobie. He gets a collapse, in fact, but traded out. It's Diver swinging wide, and there's just no util. I guess Dynamic is just as surprised as Tenacity. Yo, where are the smokes? That's a quick round. Fast-paced, action-packed. 6-1.
Yeah, I think they got those quick trades. I think they decided they're just going to barrel their way onto the site, but like there was just a beautiful angle being held from the CT and the player at top, and it is Divo at the end in top that gets that trade K. Simple as you like, just quickly spray down. We see the quick change in direction of attack here. Numbers towards this B bomb site. We have been seeing CT's being rather diligent. There we go. There's the molly. They don't push lowers as well. Heartbreak gonna move towards this lower area now. Oh, it's a beautiful little nade. It's gonna do quite a bit of damage to Rubs here.
Oh wow, that's an AWP. Doobies, that's audacious. That's wild. That's extreme, like extreme. Just giving away the most expensive weapon in the game. And it's not like they've secured the half just yet, so it's 6-1 still. And disadvantage. Tenacity won a kind of a semi-buy. They've got to start in the AWP now. So this just forces more work out of Kani and the rest of the boys. They're all running out of util though. Just 5 flashes between them and a Molotov, so they're gonna have just to be careful. 50 seconds on the clock, and Heartbreak's gonna beat that smoke just to retain that information. Tenacity haven't decided where they want to finish just yet.
It does feel like they're going to lean towards that B site though. See numbers moving towards this lower area. They're going to re-smoke that CT spawn, but Heartbreak peeks out at the perfect time, but he gets punished for it. Puppy able to do something, but it is Daru that steps out of that side corner there towards B. The unsuspecting T's just have no business being there, and it's all up to Puppy now. 1 versus 3, stuck between a rock and a hard place, and gets 1 frag for his troubles, but now his position has been revealed. Daru's onto him, so is Daru's onto him, excuse me. So is Daru. And there you have it. DNMK close it down despite losing the man early on. Tenacity not able to capitalize on the advantages that they've had. They're going A, they're going B, nothing's working. It's, again, just a formidable opponent in the form of DNMK Esports.
Right, a full buy in Tenacity. Another crack cathode. Another one. Another day, another dollar. Good Molotov to slow the mid-approach. 2-3 default split from Tenacity, so this looks good so far. This is how they move forward. And this is what you don't want as a T. You don't have long control or cat control, but Heartbreak's gonna press the envelope based on that sound cue. He still wins the duel based off the off angle Ruby had. Maybe looking at the radar perhaps. Kind of ballistic, gets faded out though. Yeah, it could have been a collide. Maybe just went through the one player's leg, hit the player's chest or something. But I like the off angle from Heartbreak. He has an option to smoke it off to delay for the further 18 seconds, but it's a good off angle for a headshot, and he should retake the A side with a further advantage. Let's see how they play it out. Facility finally getting dispelled. This is a lineup I like. All right, today I'm a learner. Took up Molotov just to flush them out on that A ramp. You can see life is a bit difficult there at the moment, and they fully have this A site, or at least elbow for a couple of seconds. Heartbreak pops up, he gets a 2K, then A4. I told you, just stick with the A4, my friends. The thing is, with the A1, you guaranteed to get a 3K. With the A4, you guaranteed to get an ace. You pick. You decide. And they've secured the half dynamic esports. There you go. That's what they want.
Yep. And now we do see numbers heading towards the long area. Tenacity have no real intention of taking that side of the map early on. Early frag there towards Doobie again, towards the lowest area. Kani gets aggressive towards top. Uncharacteristically though, misses a shot, and now there we go. Recovers quite nicely. Gonna get aggressive again, and oh, he misses it again, but another one.
It's a rusty Kani, but a Kani that lands shots. It's a rusty one, but he's landing the shots. It's not his final form. Tenacity. I wonder what's going through their heads at the moment. We clearly see they have some decent aim, some good mechanics, and they can land shots and they can win duels here or there. But I think as a team, the structure really isn't there mid to late game. Early round, they position themselves well, taking control where they need to be. It's just the coordination and dynamics coordination is on point. They're not missing a heartbeat at the moment.
Yeah, looking like a well-oiled machine for sure. Doobie again, just getting that opening frag. This guy's getting aggressive every single round. It's insane, 12 for 7. So he's really getting stuck in the action there, but Divo holds it. tight there towards the long area. Look at this aggression tools. I mean, they're just picking their man by man, and 2 versus 5 now. And there's still over a minute left. DNMK really styling on Tenacity Esports.
Number 1 rule, you got to have long or cat control, and Tenacity aren't applying that for now. I think another tap pause and some ideas get thrown into a hat and they just pick one, but Divo is just tearing them apart. Kani's there, right place, right time to pick up the 3rd kill, or the 2nd kill. And Divo is 16 for Juan. That's a disgusting stat. That is crazy. That's nuts. Man's only died once. I guess they've won long every time. I don't think they've lost long once. One time they lost long is when they chose to. They opted to. There we go. This is where they're getting the opening frags. They're picking up the opening frags in middle with the scout, so that's not too bad for now. But the problem is, there's still 2 players sitting on B there. Assume there's one due to that mid kill. Daru, the 2 Ds come together and form the perfect hold. Kani gets one and he's going to press forward. Knowing Kani, he's going to go for the no-scope. It's not going to work out. Puppy gets a scar kill there. Consolidation frag, if you will. He's positive, actually. He's 11 for 10. I like it.
Yeah, he's been getting those kills. Certainly performing a majority of the roster here. 2-3, 2-3, and 11. Certainly standing tall here is Puppy. 2 P's and 2 Y's.
Oh, that flash was a ruse. It was a bait, and Doobie closes it off. 11 rounds on the board. Man, oh man. Talk about rough seas. So I had to talk about like sailing up. Just catch some fish and you hit a storm. And it's a blue flame. I heard the death say it's a storm. It's a blue flame. Just engulfing everything in its wake, and it's Doobie once again gonna go lowers, and yeah, it's been quite successful a bit, and yeah, like it sucks when you go for the frag, or you know the guy swings you, and he recovers and still out
That's wild.
frags you. Kind of ballistic. That's yeah. I think they're gonna start throwing caution to the wind, like we saw WRG do yesterday. Once they get comfortable, I think players are going to start just detaching from the pod and going on their own separate missions to pick up their own separate frags. It is stats, of course, that they're looking for at the end of the day. You sleep better with the 30 bomb, I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely. Doesn't matter who you're up against. 30 bombs, 30 bomb. And now, see, this top push slightly delayed, but have got numbers here. DNMK do Tenacity realizes they do look like they're going to commit to this top push, and Heartbreak's going to make things really difficult there. Puts a beautiful little smoke down, does spot player on the edge of that smoke now. Alarms the final player, but gets him through the smoke. Heartbreak, love the way he's playing at the moment, really just showing such class, lovely off angles, beautiful smoke placements in high pressure situations. And well, I mean, I say high pressure situations at 12 to 1 up, so it's not that intense, but at the end of the day, I'm still enjoying what I'm seeing there from him. And yeah, from the DNMK team in general, I do think that they're obviously getting a little bit of aggressive, but I mean, again, it's just about early in that respect, and Tenacity just haven't really done enough to do so, to warrant any sort of caution from the side of DNMK Esports. They can literally just carry on playing the game and round by round just work towards that goal of finishing this as quickly as possible.
Yeah, 100%. And this is where you want to be getting those confidence frags. You shake off that grass, you get the mechanics nice and loose, the coordination more on point. It's still the playoff stage, so the deeper we go into the tournament, you want to be peaking at the right time to the dynamic. This is pretty much where the rules start. And just looking how things are going. They're winning the 1-1 frags, overextending here and there, but at this point on, I think you can assume and understand why. 12 to 1. They got this half in the bag, and yeah. Tough times never last, Tenacity. There's another half to play at least.
Again, just real good utility placement there from Heartbreak. Times it perfectly. Every single grenade that he threw there just caused a delay, and now they're forced to go back towards middle. Varus already set himself up towards that middle area, and again, the aggression just pays off. And 13-1, DNMK really putting on a clinic here. I love to see it. I've said in the beginning that this is one of my favorite maps, and they are playing it to perfection, really showcasing what they're made of, what they're worth. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the best teams in the Southern Africa region, and Tenacity getting a taste of that shit.
Yeah, I guess they're gonna know what it feels like to play against some of the best. They're gonna know how hard they need to work, where the cap is, and know what? 2 frags up middle? Or they're both lined up or something? I think one was towards long. But yeah, Kani, Doobie, I think just trying to go for the individual frags, just trying to get some stats. Not much. What? Heartbreak? I think he saw the stanky leg, was still committed, thinking he could just win out that duel. But yeah, this is what happens when you throw caution to the wind. You start letting it slip a little. I think they have full confidence. And like looking at how this execute is, you can see Tenacity have the know-how and the idea how to play. They just haven't been given the room and the space. Now finally they have room and space to work with. Things are working out for them. Granted, it's given, but it's Dara in a 2 versus 1. If Dara clutches this out, I think it's ticket.
Oh!
That's the final mental curve. That's a nice flashbang, knowing where the player could possibly be. Oh no, I don't think that smoke was. But let's just see how he plays it out. I mean, Tenacity, it's Puppy using the smoke disadvantage, and there we go. He's crept through and he's clustered our second round on the board for Tenacity. A strong half for Dynamic. Not much more we can say about it all. They hit their shots. I think Divo died eventually twice in that half. He ruined his stat by dying. He shouldn't have died. But anyway, Tenacity CT side. This is one of the maps where it really is up to question whether it's CT sided or T sided. With the new update, it lends its hand more towards the CT side just a little. But we're still seeing a lot of strong T sides throughout time. It's a bit wild.
Oh, it's a battle towards B here. DNMK looking to start things off, and there's only one player towards that B side. He's peeking early. He's unable to get anything for his troubles as well. Fast rotations here coming from the E3 G-Forces. I'm joking, that's Pegasus, but... Oh, numbers overwhelming this B site, and now the retake can commence, but no shots are landing, just frags for the T side. They look to put a 14th on the board, and now the retake must commence. Puppy, Danger Man gets a beautiful flick towards the site, but unable to get anything further. 3 players remain from the side of DNMK, 14 on the board, and cool as you like, rush B, easy as you like, and yeah. I mean, Tools kind of expected.
Yeah, I mean, I did call it. I just thought maybe Tenacity had something to show. The point of why I said 4 or 5 rounds is because moving over to the second half, you want to give you a chance to showcase what you have in store. But now, I doubt they'll even to get a proper gun run going. It's the force up into this round with no utility heading towards long. Daru and the rest of the team just rolling hot and heavy. You can't stop the train once it starts. It's a bullet train and it's headed quick. Fast towards us, they side, and yeah, pretty much just pugging at the moment and looking to close this game out and get home early for dinner. Woo! Oh. Okay. No way.
Oh!
Like this. Fluffy.
Pegasus.
He just got a hold of Q. He didn't, which is odd. Cannibalistic missed like 3 no-scopes though. I'm not too sure about were there 2 AWPs and cats?
Yeah, I think 2 AWPs and 1 MTAK-47.
Oh, that's a rip, so yeah, that's a rip. We're gonna swing together. There we go. Making sure teamwork wins towards the end of the day, 15-2. So many match points to play with Dynamic. I can't see a world in which they drop the ball. The Tenacity, again, just put some rounds on the board and hope for the best and keep yourself in it. Till the wheels fall off, till the last round. I need to see some multi-kills from the side of Tenacity. I've seen enough from Dynamic, and they've proved the point. But the crazy thing is, I'm more interested. Ooh, Pegasus. Finally, some aggression come out of Tenacity. Lowest push. Problem is, he's locked in here. He's not going anywhere. He's literally locked in. Talk about being cornered off. Talk about a rock in a hard place. This is literally the definition and the meaning of it. And he's about to face two opponents, eventually taken out. Doobie goes from his own mission towards the B, starts to open it up, but he loses that duel out. And cannibalistic in the gang. I think they're going to be heading towards Cat, but they get taken out by a soft peek from Puppy. Trade does go through the smoke at least. Doru, the space to work off. He's going to pit up towards this A side. It is still Kiwi here. The family. Doru going to go take the frag. Yo, woo, Divo. Literally my fingernail hanging onto that frag, 2 HP left. And he finished it off with a double headshot. That's GG Dynamic Esports. A clean, clinical, a tutorial of how to dominate up against Tenacity. They'll be moving on to the next round, which is going to be a blockbuster matchup, ladies and gentlemen. It is going to be Goliath up against Dynamic in the next round, up against these two. It'll be a best of one, so best believe everyone's going to be throwing it, taking the gloves off, actually. But there's not much more to say about that matchup, but pure domination goals.
Absolutely, DNMK, they're just looking strong. I mean, as expected, we did expect them to dominate. 16-2 is a rough scoreline. I think especially on Dust 2 as an underdog, you kind of want to, get a few more rounds than that, I think. I think you kind of won the veto if you got to Dust 2 in my personal experience. And yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think just a bit out of their reach for Tenacity. The DNMK, this is a team that's won tournaments, won events, and has a really formidable roster. So, kind of exactly that, just went as expected. But I mean, I think that's all from us for now, Tools. I think we're going to throw it over to the desk.
Thank you so much, Goals and Lighter. Again, we saw a very, very big, interesting turn of events. DNMK taking the win. Sammy, what's going on? You're losing your touch. You used to be good at the prediction.
Now it's 1-1. Yesterday I won, and today he won.
Fair enough. You're taking it 50-50. I like that. Before we continue, let me remind you guys about the $50 that you can have added to your Steam wallet. All you have to do is go to gaming.lenovo.com. You can either post a clip from the broadcast or you can go and vote for your favorite team. And while you're there, make sure you browse around for some other offers. All right, so what do I have to say about this? What do we say about DNMK taking the win, even though we were sure that Tenacity was going to win, Sammy? What happened there?
What happened was a lot of things by... what was the name of the team again? I forgot.
Spunk.
My
DNMK versus Tenacity.
Tenacity.
Now, DNMK,
yeah.
hats off to them. I really saw a really good gameplay. When they started off as CT side, they really played really well. It's not about they had a bad opponent, but they really played it well. Their A hold was amazing. The rotator was actually playing between mid and A so perfectly, timing it perfectly, predicting. Because see, such players are really important. The first buy round, they pushed together lower and they actually got a kill. They had map control almost everywhere. So DNMK really hard. I really love that gameplay by them. See, that's two, as I said, is how well you react. They reacted so well. They took amazing time to take A long control, try to play on mid, between mid and A as rotator. They played together inside. It was pretty much textbook, but impressive CS. Hats off to them. They played really well. Good game of it.
Well, at this point in the playoffs, I think that we definitely expect some closer games. Would you not say these are teams that already played their game? They already played in the qualifiers, so we were expecting a bit tighter games, and there was a significant gap between DNMK and Tenacity. What do you think is holding back these teams from going into overtime? Because I think we still have yet to see any overtime games in the tournament. Do you think
It shows us that they came really well prepared, really much focused in the game. So seeing such gap of scores, yes, it's surprising, but they are both good teams. Let's not take the fact away that the losing team is also good. Like Nabi in the first hand, that they lost the first game. Now, there could be reasons as to why they played really bad, but it showed us that these guys are coming to play really good CS. It shows how well they're prepared.
All right, well, let's take a quick look at the player stats from DNMK. We see Juby and Daivo head to head with 22 and 23 kills, while Tenacity, the highest kill was 18, and the next highest was 6 kills. So clearly, we see an MVP on Tenacity while he's trying hard to carry his team on his back, but simply could not do it. What do you think that? The distribution of skill was perhaps
It's visible, yeah,
uneven.
yeah.
It's very visible in
It's
Tenacity, and that could
visible,
be
yeah.
the reason for their downfall.
It's pretty much actually obvious that Tenacity's players were not actually performing well, trying to get those kills. But DNMK's stats are really amazing. 23, 22, and 18 on the top of the leaderboard. Really good fragging stats from them, from the NMK. Tenacity had a lot of visible mistakes as to actually trying to know when, like they're not holding well, they were not actually reacting to what DNMK were doing. It was visible. DNMK had the upper hand. They played really well. Uh, Tenacity just needed actually to be more aware of what's going on in the map because I felt like they were distracted a bit in the game. It was pretty obvious. 16-2, NMK dominated.
It is definitely unfortunate for Tenacity to be losing by this much of a gap at this point of the tournament. But again, congratulations to both teams for making it this far and showing us, good CS. And we did talk about earlier how this map does too is all about the reaction and to taking control. Do you think that they use the utilities as much as you guys would expect from them?
Yes, yes. Utility actually played a great part into taking these zone controls, like let's say A long, their B, how well they use their utility, but not only that, how well they played. Didn't you agree?
I totally agree. Like, to be honest,
Doesn't disagree me?
no, because right now you are saying something about the team I voted are gonna win.
Yes, yes. That's true.
Fair
that's true.
enough.
No, but to be honest, the NMK showed us a really good CT side that they shut down the doors of all the sites, like the A long. They only send one guy A long, he kills three of them. One guy from A short is retaking A or holding the push of long, killing four guys, like singly handling them. And this is something that, be honest, I haven't seen like great aim so far as much like how they aimed the NMK. They were so great. They used the utilities. They shut down the long. They shut down the short B side. Everything is like Tenacity. Basically, they were confused. They're like, where should we go? Nothing is working. So I believe like their motivation went down, and they couldn't think of a new idea or new setup for them to try to enter into a site or try to execute a new plan. I think they reached their limit of like knowing that there's nowhere to go or nowhere to fight. This is that the NMK, they dominated us and they won against us. Hard luck to Tenacity, but still the NMK, they showed that they're way better than them.
All right, thank you so much for that in-depth analyzation of the game. Again, congratulations to both teams for making it this far. Let's take a quick look at the brackets. Once again, to remind you guys, for today, we had Royalty versus Nabi. Nabi not managing to get the win against Royalty, and DNMK Esports against Tenacity, with DNMK Esports Paquito's prediction coming out on top. And of course, Mayo Addicts unfortunately had to forfeit. So that gives Goliath Gaming the automatic win. So we're going to be seeing DNMK Esports versus Goliath Gaming, and we're going to be seeing Royalty versus White Rabbit Gaming. And let's take a look at the prize pool as well, just to remind you guys about what's on the line, what juicy numbers we have up there. Sammy, read me that first place prize.
$12,000 first
Well,
place?
12,000. You say it so, like, come on. You gotta
It's a
give me some
$12,000.
I'll
Thank
tell you something.
you. Thank
When I
you.
say it so coldly, it's actually I'm really in awe of how big
Okay,
the price
fair enough. I like that. Okay,
$12,000.
$12,000. That is an overwhelming amount. 5,000 in second place and 3 $100,000 in third place. Nothing to joke about, nothing to have a bad day on. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh,
But all of the teams that have made it so far, we are very, very proud of every single one of them. Coming this far into the competition is nothing to be upset about. It's definitely something to be proud of and to work on and to come back and to be better. Do you have any other advice that you could give these teams for their future tournaments before we end?
My advice actually is only one thing that I wanted to focus about is whenever you're losing a game, let's say you're getting snowballed 10 rounds in a row, it's good to actually take a pause earlier, like let's say at 7-0 or 6-0, and try to talk to your teammates and encourage them. Because see, it's a teamwork game. You talk to each other, try to encourage each other to actually get back into the mood to actually win this game. Because see, these pauses are really important. They're not just there to pause and not talk about it. You have to talk to each other and give more reasons to win.
What about you, Shiki? Did you have anything to add before we end?
well, yeah, for the teams who lost, I would like to advise them to take it as a step forward. Like, the better team always wins when they have experience, when they know what they lost, when they know what was wrong, when they know what they can fix. Obviously, like, they're not gonna win from the first time they make a team. There are some bumps that they're gonna go through, and one of them, the losing of this game. I would tell them that they focus on knowing what's their mistake, play more together. Don't expect to win right away. It takes hard work and more effort for you to win a tournament.
Thank you so much for your wise words. I know both of you are very experienced analysts and gamers in CSGO and in the esports scene, so we really are thankful to have you here at our analyst desk. We'd like to thank our viewers as well for being with us here today, and we will be back tomorrow to continue the playoffs, and hopefully none of the team members will be having problems with their girlfriends, and we're going to be having some very good CS. Thank you so much for being with us here today, and we will definitely be back tomorrow, so make sure you stay tuned.
This here, the smoke exists. He doubles up. Can he get the flip?